With the first build slash theory for Dawn of the Hand, my goal is to have a simple but strong and easy understandable build from the early game to late game. Keep in mind, we still don't have the patch notes, which is by the way maybe arriving on Wednesday earliest. The base idea for this build, for clear, we were using lightning spear, this act like lightning arrow but for spears. This will have a very good coverage and maybe enough single target damage for rares. The numbers on this unknown, but in the reveal footage this was looking pretty damn strong. For single target, well, there are multiple options. There is a spear ability called Storm Lance. This skill leaves behind spears on the ground and it will continue to deal damage when you hitting the enemy, or you don't even have to, because there is a footage where is the character just running around and not attacking, yet Stormlance was dealing damage. Also, if I get it correctly, you can detonate them with a different ability, but this can be maybe the Thunderous Leap skill and just looks like detonating. The second option is called Spear of Solaris. This can be a very hard hitting skill, just like Hammer of the God. I think this has a cooldown as well, so this can be a nuke ability and it has to deal massive amount of damage. There are so many unknown skills, we just only know the names, and that's it. Numbers on it, the patch note will tell. Of course, I will keep eye on other options, but this view looks pretty decent to me. Unless there are better skills that has higher numbers, this can be my starter on Friday. Keep in mind, we still don't have the patch notes, and the tree can be changed pretty big time as well, all of the node tables, because they were saying they doing a balance pass. So do not take 100% what I'm trying to show it here, because it can be changed pretty easily, because they were nerfing something on the tree, adding something, adding new node tables, so we don't know yet. I just Theorycrafting, guys, so please keep in mind this one. Yesterday in the interview they confirmed it. The Amazon Ascendancy node table critical strike is, so this notable here, this down there, is flat critical strike chance, just as I taught in my previous video. My basic idea, just as before, was we can stack accuracy rating pretty damn easily, by the way, because the dexterity gives you accuracy rate in Path of Exile 2, and also there are so many good notables that is associated with accuracy rating. The most notable is the Falcon Dive here. You can see here 1% increase attack speed per 250 accuracy rating. Pretty damn strong, even earlier, because this is also gives you attack damage, for example, and also the tree has many good options while you reaching this point, and you like getting acceleration, little move speed, skill speed, and also in the meantime you can get a catalyst for more elemental damage, because this build will be elemental based build 100%, because I think most of the ability will have 60 or 70% conversion rate. And you can see here the tree is not really something that insane, so this is like, I would say, a little standard Deadeye Ranger start. And the other thing is we can stack dexterity as well at the same time, because you can see here, okay, so we have like 188 right now, but this node will give you attack speed per 15 dexterity, and as you can see already it gives us 7%. And also, by the way, this gear is nothing really, so you can see here it's not really you know, insane items here. So I would say this is pretty much doable even on league starter settings. The other thing on the tree, obviously, because we a lightning based build, I think most of the time, so we will take this wheel with penetration and, you know, extra dexterity as well, so pretty damn decent. You can see here this is giving us pretty huge amount of damage, and also, you know, the harness, the elements, it's pretty damn strong as well. The most important part of this build, this will be a crit based build, because they confirmed how the critical strike works, so we can reach pretty damn high critical strike chance and critical strike multiplier even with league starter settings gear. And also, by the way, keep in mind it can be changed, this one, because they was mentioning they forget critical multiplier, critical strike in the patch notes, so maybe they will do some balance changes, but maybe they not touching it. So right now I'm just guessing they will instead taking the route not touching it. So the crit nodes on the tree pretty damn strong if you played a crit build already, so you can see here there are so many good notables with increased crit damage and also base critical chance even on the tree as well. And also up here, you know, the good old classic critical chance, critical hit bonus, and even more critical damage and critical strike chance. Here you can clearly see here this is 11% alone, so this is why I think they will do a balance patch on this one, because this is pretty damn strong already. Now let's talk about a few words about the Tonkiness, guys. So as you can see here, we have 12k, almost 13k evasion and 82% evasion. We have 1.6k energy shield for now and also 2.2k life almost. And keep in mind, I'm expecting they will nerfing energy shield. Okay, so this is why I pretty talking with caution about the energy shield. So energy shield is pretty damn strong, you know it. And also, by the way, because we have that much evasion and the ghost dance will restore around like 900 energy shields, so we can have pretty huge amount of energy shield pool as well, and we can just recover just like that pretty easily if we taking a hit. There's an option, we can go without a shield. So if we going without a shield, we will lose a bunch of life and also evasion, but we can take then the dance with death. This can be pretty damn huge attack speed multiplier, because this is more skill speed, as you can see here, 20% more attack speed. So this can be pretty decent, but I don't know if it's worth sacrificing your offhand slot for attack speed. But we will see early on or even mid game. But honestly, you know me, if I have a choice, I will take the Tonkiness side, and also, you know, having like almost 300 more life, that's pretty damn strong, and also having like 3k more evasion, that's also pretty damn strong. So I don't think we will take the dance with death keystone, but maybe I will play around a little bit and see how it feels like. A side point, guys, dual wield spears, I think, as well. And as you can see here, the crit multiplier is just skyrocketing because of the dual wield critical multiplier increasing. So that is very, very damn strong. They're not nerfing this. I can see we will just running around with 2 spears, but that's you know, very, very, I don't know, weird. Imagine you running around like this and ha 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 ha, right? So it's a little bit weird to me, but if it works, then it works. So that will be the first thing that I will check in the patch notes or in game. So when I have an option, I will immediately do a wield spears, and we will see how interacting with each other. And also, by the way, I think there will be penalties on the skills when you do wielding, because any other skill have a penalty like 30% less attack speed or something like that, but we will see how it works. Right, and also I don't know if it's possible to equip 2 different type of weapons in Path of Exile 2, because in Path of Exile 1 it is possible, right? I don't know if we can use a stat stick, because that we was doing earlier in Path of Exile 1. There was your main weapon and there was a weapon in your offhand that was literally just giving you like crit multi, more damage or something like that, and you was not even using that because the skill was not allowed to use that. But later on they changed this one, and now disabling your skill if your offhand has a weapon that cannot be used. So maybe this will be the case in Path of Exile 2 as well, but I will test it as one out, because this is so easy, just equipping 2 different weapons and just seeing my ability is graying out or not. Now I want to talk about a few words, guys, Ascendancy points that I'm planning to use, and obviously the first one will be the critical strike. This is absolutely no-brainer, depends on early on how much accuracy rating I can acquire while I doing my first labyrinth. Maybe it will be a different. So critical strike, penetration, these 2 is absolutely no-brainer, because this is just pure damage, right, guys? This Ascendancy will have pretty damn decent amount of damage even early on. And also I think the last 2 points I would go with, by the way, the Mystic Harvest, because this will enables elemental damage leech, and most of the time the builds have very bad recovery, so maybe this will solving it, but I think the leech is not that good spot in Path of Exile 2, but we will see about that one. And the last one, I planning to use maybe the Osmery Brew, because, you know, Lifeless also recovers mana. And what is this means? So technically we can regenerate just like, I was calculating this one, like almost 12k mana. Yeah, 12k mana in a boss fight. Most of the time, you know, the abilities has pretty damn high mana cost for some reason. But they also addressed this one in the interview. They will lowering down the mana cost ramping in later levels, but we will see how it feels like. But I can see myself, I just running around with the Osmery Brew notable and recovering from my life flask as well mana. And also you will recover your life from your mana flask, but that's very, very, you know, low number. This is why I'm struggling most of the time with mana. And also, so I want to talk about a little bit about elemental infusion. So I seen yesterday Rutu was a little bit theorycrafted about the infused weapon, and honestly it was looking pretty damn strong, because infused weapon has 612% attack damage at that effectiveness. That's pretty damn strong, okay? And if you find a way to generate frenzy, or it doesn't matter which charge, and then consuming it, you will have pretty damn high extra damage on your attacks, right? And it has to be a projectile attack, which is, by the way, for example, the lightning spear is a melee and ranged ability. Well, so it has a projectile attack, so you can use with a lightning spear pretty easily. So if we founding a way to reliably generate, you know, frenzy, power, and endurance charge, somehow you will have pretty decent amount of extra damage. So I can see myself, maybe we will take an infused weapon, but I think the way he was trying to generate power charges, it was with the body armor that was granting you power charges when you hitting an enemy. But maybe we can use, for example, Custom Shock and Sniper's Mark. So you will generate one single frenzy charges, and honestly it will have a cooldown, but it will enable a little bit extra, you know, damage. But honestly I don't think this is a reliable way. And also Custom Shock is eating 60 spirit. That is very, very expensive, because if we're talking about the skills, I plan to use the Ghost Dance and obviously the Wind Dancer as well. And honestly, maybe we will need to use the Combat Frenzy, because Combat Frenzy is also generating you, you know, a frenzy charge when you freeze, electrocute, or pin an enemy. But I think we will just electrocute an enemy, so that will be our option. But we will see how reliable is the electrocute. This is why I took this one here. And also keep it still in mind, guys, we don't know if they nerfing anything about this part. I hope you enjoyed this short theory crafting video. If you have any question or any insight even more, or any different idea, please leave a comment below. Thanks for watching. I was Pidget. See you next time.